Go out there. Welcome to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, your post-game edition, live here from Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road after your Tampa Bay Buccaneers could not find a way to stop the reigning MVP and Josh Allen, who had 6 total touchdowns as the Buffalo Bills win today 44-32. And you would think that if you score 32 points, you should win the game. I have been a big defender of Todd Bowles. I'm still going to defend Todd Bowles, but this was not a good defensive performance. Not by any means. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that this was definitely, a lot of this was on the defense today. And I know that we say don't play the blame game, but you got to get stops. And then when you don't, you finally get a stop and the Bucs get the ball back, you throw an interception. The very ensuing play wheel route to James Cook for a touchdown. And listen, we could talk about the weather all day long. The weather was really no factor today at all. It was a high-scoring game. It wasn't a low-scoring game. Defense was optional. It was exciting, lots of exciting plays. But when it came down to it, Buffalo made more plays offensively, and the defense didn't have an answer. Didn't have an answer for Josh Allen. Didn't have an answer for James Cook on the wheel route. Watching it, defensive players, defensive linemen, because I know a lot of people like to get up here and say, defensive linemen are going out in zones. Why is Anthony Nelson on James Cook in the first place? Why are we running the defense that they're running sometimes? But again, it just doesn't just fall on the defense and Todd Bowles. It falls on the defensive players. Players play and coaches coach. And guys got to step up. And they didn't step up. Jamel Dean out with an injury. Water's wet. Shocker. Surprise. Having a great season. Goes out with an injury, hip injury. You're depending on Benjamin Morrison. Again, you would think scoring 32 points a game that you would be able to win. And Sean Tucker had a game. As I came on this show and told you, that was the guy that you would depend on. A lot of people look at that 3rd down and 2. Why are you throwing the ball? Why aren't you running the ball? Questionable call. You got to make the catch if you're Sterling Shepard. So many things to talk about today here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And we do that with you Bucs fans, whether you're frustrated or not. We do it. Wins, losses, no matter what, indifferent here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live from Tampa Joe's open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Yes, yeah, too. I saw it. I'm not a defensive coordinator, never been a defensive mastermind, and I'm rubbing my head right now because I got a headache because I've heard, really don't got a headache. It's just more frustration. Like, I don't understand the matchups there with defensive players going out, defensive linemen going out on zone. I don't get that. I really don't get that. Somebody has to explain that to me. I don't know. I'm at a loss at this point when it comes to it, when it comes down to it. I really am. And I know people want to say, hope Todd Bowles is fired. And again, we're just going to hear it. We're going to continue to hear it. Listen. We went through it before. This team right now has been ravaged by injuries. But there's no excuse. You can't give up 44 points. You can't be missing tackles, which is what they did a lot of today. We saw that. They kept Cook under control, but there were times in the game where the running game was able to be successful. There were times in the game where, once again, you allowed Josh Allen to get out of the pocket. There were times in the game where you allowed him to escape and make plays down the field. He's done it before. He'll do it again. That's why he's so good at what he does. That's why it's so important to take advantage, even in the first half. You get field goal to get points in the red zone, which they did to a certain degree. But against a team like Buffalo, who was desperate for a win, most of you could see it. And now you got to turn the page and you go back to the primetime game slot, and you got to play the LA Rams at 8:20. And they're not going to be easy either. I don't know what happened with the Carolina game. We'll update you on that. We'll get out to the phone lines here in just a moment. I want to go out to these comments as the phone lines are open. Ben House Live, Fire Bulls. Great way to start. Thank you. Hope the Panthers win the division and make the playoffs so we can fire Bulls. I don't think they're going to fire Bulls. He just signed an extension. I don't understand the fascination with this. I understand the defense was rough today. It's been rough. But this is not just on coaching. This is on defensive players stepping up. And just maybe the Bucs are just not as talented as we think they are defensively. Maybe they're just not. Missing Hassan Reddick, I know it's an excuse, but it's an injury. It hurts this team. Missing Jamal Dean, it hurts. Maybe they're just not as good as we think they are. I don't understand this. Like, every time we come on this damn program, and I knew we were going to do it. So we're going to do it. Let's do it right. Hold off on the phone calls. Every time we come on the damn program, it's always on the coaching staff. It's never on the players. Never. None of you take accountability for these players at all. It's always on the coaching. I want the coach fired. Always want the coach fired. Always. It never changes with this damn fan base. You go through coaches like you go through underwear. Like bad socks. You want to be so badly those bad teams in the National Football League. So badly. You want to be the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns so bad. Fire the coach. Like that's going to do anything. If you don't have the right players, if you don't have players that are taking accountability for what they're doing on the field, always same damn thing. You fire the coach, and then you complain about the new coach, and then you want him out of here in 2 or 3 years. Rinse and repeat. Like, again, I'm not coming on here and saying he's the greatest coach of all time. But is this all on Todd Bowles? No. Players got to take accountability. You got to make tackles. You got to score points when you're on, and you're 32 points in. You should win the game. Defense has to step up and make plays. But, yeah, let's go to the conversation of firing Bulls. Jesus. Wow, pass defense, kickoff coverage, another one. Kickoff coverage. How many returns did we see today? Goodness gracious. Players got to make tackles. Maybe you have to start firing coaches on the special teams. Not good. Not a good day when it comes to kickoff coverage at all. Van House Live. Todd Bowles can't coach a high school team. Right, of course. 4th and 2, defense gas, but let's punt. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the decision either. Very conservative at that point. You miss out on 3rd and 2 with a questionable play call to some Bucs fans. I mean, if Sterling Shepard catches the ball, it's a first down, but of course you want to run the ball. Then if you run the ball, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he was too conservative. But you should have gone for it on 4th and 2. Instead, you punt the ball, put your defense back on the field again, which was not able to stop Josh Allen or the Buffalo Bills. Didn't have an answer. Makes no sense at that point. 7 minutes in the game. I don't get that decision either. Dave Moser. This is embarrassing. We scored 32 points and still lose the game. Mark, you know what I put on this game? The general manager. I'll tell you the reason why. Because he could have went out and got a wide receiver for Baker to throw the ball to, but he didn't. No Superman. I mean, that's the biggest question for the game. Wide receivers? The offense scored 32 points today. Ibuka's been your number one wide receiver. Tez Johnson is, for a rookie, for both rookies have stepped up. I don't think offense was the problem today. 32 points? You'll take 32 points. Your defense has got to get off the field. You got a 3rd and 11. You got to make a stop. David, I know you're going to give me shit. Sorry. It's time for Todd, the defensive coordinator, to be fired. Well, Todd is the defensive coordinator. So, Dave, I know where you're coming from. All right. Let's go out to the phone lines. Corey, welcome to the Evolution.
Today was the day where I said we can't get through.
Corey, are you there? I can't hear you, buddy. Speak up.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Today is the day where I say I don't think we can't score 32 points on the road when we're already scoring.
Yeah.
We got to get off the field and 3rd and 11. Zion McCullum at this point still he takes no play.
Right.
He takes no play. 3rd and 11. Why are you 15 yards off the ball?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. We get that stop right there. I think we have enough. I don't even know what Buffalo did before 14 points. I don't know what they did. I know they had 3 turnovers. I know that much.
They had 3 turnovers, and you think more than likely if you got 3 turnovers and win the turnover war, you should win the game, right?
Doc Allen was not spectacular, but we made him look spectacular.
Yep.
In moments in that game, 32, I think we need to run the ball. We're averaging like 5-6 yards a carry right now.
Yep. Agree.
Why? I mean, because if we get 1 yard, we're probably going to go for it on 4th down. Like, this is the second week in a row we have a 30 short, and we don't get the sequence of the game. And we scored 32 points. Yes, we did.
Right.
10 of those are off turnovers.
Yes.
We got a muff punt. We got an interception. So we scored a touchdown off the muff punt. We scored a field goal off the interception. That's 10 points of that off turnovers. Listen, I'm trying not to be upset because this is not the Buccaneers team we're excited about in August, right? I mean, the Buccaneers team in August has Mike Evans and at least Bucky Irvin, right, in training camp. So I'm trying to give it great. I really am. But I'm getting frustrated at the fact that we gave up 44. And I don't know what Buffalo did well enough to give up 44 points. I don't know what they did.
Yeah,
I don't know what they did. So that's what's causing my frustration.
Right.
Like, they have 44 points. I don't even know what they did.
Yeah, 44 points. 44. Well, what you did is you were able to have you gave time to Josh Allen. You got pressure on him early in the game. It seems like you went away from that. You gave him plenty of time, and then when he got the time, he was able to find open receivers. You shut down the running game because, again, you look at it, James Cook, not a factor, 16 carries for 48 yards. So you feel like if you keep him under control, you keep him under 100 yards, you should be good.
And then Josh Lazard with the play call, and then, like, that interception was a direct correlation to the fact we had 3 receivers in the same.
Yep.
I'm saying. In the same fucking area. We had 3 receivers in the same area.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are we doing? We're supposed to win from the route. If you have a receiver running somewhere else,
yeah.
That's a first down first. I mean, 3 receivers. We saw that last week. That's why it's frustrating because the best version of Baker Mayfield is happening in 2025. This is the best version of this guy. Like, he's not going to get better.
Right.
Because he's been clutch. He's been accurate. He hasn't been turning the ball over. I don't know what else you can ask for him. It's the next Dale offense. Tom Tucker, 3 touchdowns. Can we lose today?
Yeah. Stand by for a minute, Corey. Stand by. My sound is not right here. Stand by, my friend.
No problem.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just say all that to say we got some work to do. You know, the ramp. I really needed Landon. Rams game next week is very difficult. I know the next 6 games after, but better than those 2 games that we play 6 weeks. Carolina next week again. Next week, so we don't know what we're going to get.
Corey, stand by. I'm having some problem here. Stand by. Go ahead. Keep on going.
Yeah, we don't know. And then punting the ball on 30 was so Here's my thing, man. If we hired somebody to like manage the game because Todd Bowles was struggling last year, what do we hire that person for?
All right, stand by, Corey. We're having. Hold on a sec here, guys. We're having a little bit of tech issue. Just keep on talking, my friend. I'm going to try to figure this out. All right, keep on going. We're on a remote. So.
We're having such a hard time, and I knew punting that ball to Josh Allen was not a good idea.
Well, it's not a good idea, Corey. You're absolutely right about that. You're correct about that. It's not a good idea at this point, and I don't understand that call. If you have 4th and 2, why not go for it at that point? Because your defense hasn't been able to get off the field and stop him. Doesn't make any sense.
We were up 1 point, 3rd and 11, and we couldn't get off the field because Zion McCollum gives up slants, and it was 15. He was at least 20 yards off the ball on 3rd and 11. At least.
Right.
Because the guy that caught the ball was wide open.
Right.
It was wide open.
Right.
And it wasn't even close.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so why are we doing? This kid, Zion McCollum, we just paid him, and he had a good year last year, I thought, but he was terrible today.
Yeah.
I don't know none of those receivers. So what? Todd Bowles is so weird to me sometimes. Sometimes he's a genius, and sometimes he's vanilla. Like, I don't know their receivers. Press their fucking receivers and let me see Josh Allen make an accurate throw in a press coverage. Let me see it. Yeah. I don't know. They scored 44 points. I don't even know what they did well today. Yeah. I don't know what Buffalo did to score 44 points.
Yeah. You just can't.
I'm losing my faith in Bowles.
Well,
I don't care about Grzard. This is first year calling plays. I don't care.
Right.
I'm losing my faith in Bowles. This is not his first time calling the defense. He has a healthy defense.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be giving up 44 points. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, well, I agree.
It's unacceptable. Period.
I completely
agree. I don't
agree.
think we can go where we need to go with this guy no more.
Well, you can't go. You can't go anywhere. It's not.
We got 7 games left.
Right.
So I'm not going to sit here and say.
Yeah, I think he's gone. So we're just having a little bit of tech issue here. So just stand by with me. Work with me for a moment here. Let me see what's going on here. But stand by. Let me just see something here for a minute. You gotta love. Let me see what we got. All right. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television here after the Bucs fall to the Buffalo Bills 44-32. Go ahead.
How you doing, sir? This is Jeffrey from Alexandria, Louisiana.
Yeah, man. Doing good, man. How you doing?
All right. It's everything not on coaching.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say to people. And I hear the same thing over and over again. It's on Todd Bowles. It's on Todd Bowles. It's on Todd Bowles. It's not on the players. It's not on guys making tackles. It's not on guys making plays. It's not on guys making causing pressure. I mean, Again, I get it. There's some schematic flaws here. Can we say that when you have a defensive lineman or a linebacker, if you will, on a running back, when you got an Anthony Nelson or you got Diaby, it didn't necessarily work out. It hasn't worked out when he's been able to run this. Right. I get it. Right. I understand it.
Right. I like Jason Light and all, but the thing is he hold on to his draft picks. We never got a game record who could pass the rush. We never drafted.
Well, listen, you thought that Hassan Reddick was that guy. Right now he's hurt, and even when he wasn't hurt, he wasn't. He made some plays, but he didn't make a lot of great plays. He's not been that impact player. Let's just put it out there. So it's just inconsistent. It really is. When it comes to defensive pressure for this team, it's just inconsistent. It's not getting done and hasn't gotten done. They've had their moments, New Orleans, but the Saints are awful. They're an awful team. You've had your moments where you've gotten pressure, but you just haven't gotten pressure enough. And We talked about it today, my friend. If you allow Josh Allen to have all the time and be able to scramble and be able to do whatever he wanted to, then he was gonna do what he did today. 6 total touchdowns, ran all over the place, and the Bucs had no answer. And it was reminiscent of 2 years ago when you're not able to shut him down to a certain degree. But even in that game, you lost 24-18. You scored 32 points today, and you still lost to the Buffalo Bills.
Exactly. That's why I can't never put on the offense. Offense can't score every time.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
They can't score every time. Like I said, like Jason Light draft picks, majority of them have been mediocre. We just have mediocre players on the defensive end, on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
They run his own coverage and can't get to the receiver in time. They just look like they're just standing there and watching the receiver catch the ball. They not getting to they never can't get to the pass. No, to the pass rushers.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. They don't know how to do techniques or whatever. But it's majority on the players.
Right. I mean, again, I don't think this team wasn't prepared. I just think they got beat. They got beat by a better team at this point and didn't have an answer. And maybe those second half adjustments for the Buffalo Bills and Sean McDermott. But again, people are like, well, you're contradicting yourself. I'm not contradicting myself. Again, I've gone on this show, and I'm not saying you. I'm saying to the people out there saying you're contradicting yourself. I'm not. What I'm saying is that this is not all on Todd Bowles. Bucs fans need to, stop saying it's all on Todd Bowles. But I understand the frustration. I understand that. I also don't understand not going for it on 4th down. When
it was 4th and 2. Yeah,
4th and 2.
And your defense is not stopping anybody right now. You got to go for it.
Yep.
You have to go for it.
Agree.
Also, too, I'll say one more thing. Like Jason Light has to trade some of them draft picks to get who he needs to get over the top. Because we never gonna win the Super Bowl just relying on draft picks, because we go get the same mediocre guys. Either that or the player development is not good.
Yeah.
On defense, I'm just saying on defense, offensively, they good because they think about, you score 32 points. You got one starting receiver out there.
Yeah. And again, I know Baker had an ill-advised interception in the game, which gave them second life. But the Bucs win the turnover battle. They do everything they could. Great game by Sean Tucker in this game with 3 touchdowns. He was impressive. I mean, but it takes away from it. It really does. It takes away from that impressive game. Anything else here on the Sports Web, my friend? Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the call. As always, use that second one if you want to, okay? All right, let's go out to the phone lines here. Let's go out to, I believe this is James Ludeman. Go ahead, James.
What's up, Peter?
I'm doing okay, buddy. I'm having a little bit of a sound issue right now, and I don't know why it's doing this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear it kind of cutting in and out a little bit, but listen, man. I'm going to give credit where it's due, right? I mean, listen, the Bills are who we thought they were, right? They're a good team. They're well coached. They have a great defense. It showed today. And, the Bucs, to their credit, were able to get the run game going against the league's worst run defense.
Right.
And that I will give 100% credit for. What I struggle with is the fact that, listen, I know how much you're going to hate this, and I understand, but you and I have gone back and forth several times about why I think Todd Bowles is just not good. He is a terrible in-game manager, period. I got a couple examples. You challenge a knock, but you don't challenge the play where Otten was ruled.
Hold on. Stand by. I don't know what is going on here. Stand by, guys. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break here really quick. I'm going to try to get this sound going, and stand by. We'll be back.
We're here in the Keeneland room where a lot of VIPs take betting very seriously, and I have found no one other than Harry the Greek, I've been told is your name.
Absolutely. It's Harry the Greek. How are you?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Now tell me some of the bets you have for today.
Oh, for sports with FanDuel? Unbelievable. I got some really good upsets this week. I actually played the Bears in the money line, and my upset special is the New York Jets.
Oh, got a sleeper. I like it. Okay, what about for the horse racing today?
A lot of pick 5s, pick 4s. We're having a fabulous time out here with Keeneland. And I'll tell you what, it's great to be part of DVG and FanDuel.
I love to hear that. And so for anyone that's maybe at home that's new to sports betting at all, what advice would you want to give them?
The one bit of advice, I actually give it out on my podcast at the end. Keep your bets low and your returns high. That's the most important things. Always stay within your means, but always keep your bets low and your returns high.
Definitely like that safe betting for sure. All right, well, thank you so much and good luck today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Back to you all.
All right, so let's see if this works now. Stand by. Just have to work with me here. Let's see. Here we go. Gotta love it. Corey, welcome to the Evolution. Yes.
What's up, man?
Oh man, this sound is just giving me it's kind of like the sound today is kind of like the Bucs defense. No answer at this point. Continues to be annoying at this juncture. It's just and I don't have an answer for it at this point. So, but I think I got an answer. Go ahead.
Man, I tell you, Bucs fans, we in a real dilemma right now, man. We are in a real dilemma. They talk about, we didn't need this game. Yeah, we need every game. It's only 17 on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we cannot generate pass rush without sending a blitz. And then when they send a blitz, he eat it alive, man. He quick gaming. That's our problem. You know what I mean? You could blame Todd Bowles all you want. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. That's the main problem. We cannot generate pressure on defense without blitzing.
Yep. It is. That's the problem. And listen, you were able to get away with some of that early on in the game when he caused some pressure. But you know what happens? They make adjustments to it, and then you start to see wide open receivers, whether it's blown coverage and then if you try to,
you can only. I mean, zone at the end of the day go turn into man.
Right.
So you can only guard for so long. You know, you blame the corner like, oh, this corner is garbage, but he can only cover for so long. I mean, them athletes over there, they going forward, you going backward.
Yep, agree. Completely agree, my friend. Completely agree.
You know, I don't know what else to say, man. All I say is we got to get healthy, man. If we don't get healthy, boy, I mean, we don't have no threat on offense in the passing game. I mean, look at how pedestrian our passing game has been since Mike went out.
Well, it's not only Mike went out, but it's also Chris Godwin Jr. You're without him, and you're getting.
But we've been playing without him.
Right. I mean, you've been playing without all these guys, and you still scored 32 points with as pedestrian as they are. I know there's a lot of people out there saying, you know what, on 3rd and 2, you should have ran to Sean Tucker, and maybe you're correct about that. And then if you don't get it on 3rd and 2 because Sterling Shepard drops the ball, then maybe you go for it on 4th down instead of punting it because your defense was too tired. They were wore out. They were on the field almost all day long because, again, you're just not able to sustain drives. And then on top of it, the Bills, they were unstoppable today. They really were.
Yeah, I mean, their back was against the wall after losing to Miami like that. So,
right.
They had to get this game.
Right,
exactly. Had to get this game. And, man, we sure enough gave it to them, too.
Right, exactly.
Lee, man. I mean, Josh Allen, man. Oh, man, they made him look all world, man.
Well, I mean, he's an MVP for a reason. I mean, again, 19 for 30, 317, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and then on the ground, 6 for 40, another 3 touchdowns there. They used it. They did jet sweeps, and they did things that the Bucs had no answer for defensively at all. None.
You know what all that underneath effects on our defensive linebacker? We got poor linebacker play right now. I love David, man, but you're getting a step slow, man.
Yep. He's not the same Levante David. Let's just admit that. And, Savasi Dennis had an interception today. Didn't hear much from him. I mean, it's been one of those lacking things all year long. It's been the linebacking play. It's been the lack of pressure. I just had Paul Stewart of BuckPower.com overseas hit me up. The reason why you lose the game, you didn't get pressure on Josh Allen. It's exactly right. When you allow him to do whatever he wants to do, run around, he's signaling receivers because he's got all the time in the world. And you're not getting after him on the blitz. You're not getting pressure on him consistently without the blitz. You're trying to run. There was times where the Bucs ran quarter defense, where they ran, 3-man rushes, trying to change it up. You have linebackers have no business being on wide receivers or running backs. I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't have all this.
It definitely wasn't going to work with 3-man rush.
No, definitely not. 3-man rush is never going to work, in my opinion. In fact, I hate when they go 3-man rush, but it was going to be tough. Any way it goes with Buffalo. But again, you thought once you take that lead that you would be okay, and there was all kinds of lead changes in this game, but defense can't make the stops, and you can't stop Josh Allen, period.
Hey, guess what, Peter? We got another gunslinger next week.
Yep, Matt Stafford, which will be another tough game, and it's on Sunday Night Football, and we got you covered here live from Tampa Joe's 93-16.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Keep your head up. Go Bucs.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Go Bucs. He says go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
He says go Bucs, so we'll go Bucs. All right, open phone lines. I think we got it taken care of now. At least I've got an answer for the sound difficulties. The Bucs defense still doesn't have an answer for Josh Allen. Once again, 6 total touchdowns. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Not contradicting myself, and I want to go back to this. And Alex, I'm calling your ass out because I'm just really sick of your negativity. I'm just really sick of you altogether, dude. Seriously. I'm really, really just sick of it. Because one day you're defending Todd Bowles, and then the next day you're saying to have him fired. Again, let me go out to Ludeman. Go out. What do you got to say, man?
Okay. All right. Let's try this again. All right, Peter, listen. I love you, bro. I want to say that first. I love you.
I appreciate
got nothing
that.
but love for your show.
I appreciate that.
For what you do. You and Harry, you guys are awesome. And I watch because I enjoy your positivity on things. I get it. It is very easy to be negative right now. I want to preface that first because it's warranted to say it's very easy to be negative when things aren't going well. Okay, so I'm gonna say that first.
Mm-hmm.
But here's where I have an issue with Todd Bowles. The terrible in-game management came out all day today.
Okay.
You challenge a non-catch.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. That should not be a challenge. And to me, you're right. I heard the first call. You're exactly right. Tez Johnson clearly didn't catch that ball. I don't know why it's challenged. I don't know what you're going for on that. And then the Cade Otton, once again, looked like on replay that he stretched out for the first down, and they gave him a terrible spot, and they could have challenged it, and they didn't challenge it. They went for a virtual measurement, and they still said it wasn't close. But if you look at the replay, you can clearly see that he's reached out, he's accomplished the first down, and yet you don't challenge it. Don't understand it.
So that's the second thing. Then moving on, you take a penalty instead of kicking a field goal, and then you go for 2 multiple times in this game, knowing that your offense has no answer inside of the red zone against the Bills defense. We're going to give a lot of credit to the Bills defense because they're good.
Right.
They did a lot of things really well today, and the Bucs did not. But this is where I struggle with Todd Bowles, okay? Look at the 4 losses we've had. Philadelphia, the Lions, the Bills now, and then there's another team I'm just blanking. So the other team. Who's the other team we lost to? It's
you lost to the Patriots. You lost to the
Patriots,
Eagles.
that's right.
You lost to
Patriots.
the Lions.
All of those teams have one thing in common. It's coaching. Every single one of those teams have a solid head coach who understands what their team is good at and what their team is not good at. And the problem is when the Bucs have, other than the Rams next week, the Bucs have a very winnable schedule for the rest of the way. Maybe Carolina getting hot at the right time right now. The division is not all cut and clean right now. Mm-hmm. It is any team in this division can win right now. We've seen it. We have seen it happen. Atlanta's playing badly. They're not as bad as that. Carolina's starting to turn it on. New Orleans, yeah, they're not good, but they do things that really disrupt the Bucs, and they've done it for the last few years. We've seen it. So for people to say that once we get past the Rams game, it's all roses from there. I'm not buying that based on what I've seen to this point in these 4 losses.
Well, listen, does the schedule get easier? Yes, it does. It still means you have to play the game, which I don't have a score check, but I'm going to look right now. Did Carolina win their game today? Because they were in a tight one, and I believe they went to overtime. Carolina Panthers. Let's see. As I'm looking right now, standby Ludament. Yeah, they won. So they're 6-5 now. A lot of people anticipate, and the Bucs are 6-4. A lot of people anticipate them losing to the Rams next week. Again, you have to play the game, but it's going to be a tough game. And you look, the NFL.
All of those,
right?
All of those losses, and this is what frustrates me. All of those losses are winnable games.
Right.
Today, winnable game. Eagles, winnable game. Lions, you kind of got belt to ass. I ain't gonna lie. Patriots, winnable game. Like, out of the 4 games we've lost, 3 of them, you're in a position to win the game, and you flop. And that's what scares me about this team is that, yes, they could beat the teams that aren't very good, but they struggle when they get into the playoffs against high-caliber teams, and the Bills showed that, the Eagles showed that, the Lions showed that, the Patriots did as well. So, I mean, that's where my issue with Todd Bowles is. To me, he's a guy, even with the talent that this team is missing, which you got to give him a little bit of benefit of doubt. I'll agree with you there, and I try to see that. Without Bucky Irving, without Evans, without Godwin, it's very difficult. Those are 3 guys that completely change the fabric of your offense. And if those 3 guys are healthy, I don't know if you see the same effort that you saw. Mike Evans is great.
But again, here's the
the
point, though. You keep on putting this on Todd Bowles, and it's on the players. The players also got to play. We could sit here all day long and talk about coaching and coaching decisions, but at the end of the day, players got to play. Why do fans do this? If you fire Todd Bowles after this year, who are you going to hire?
Yeah.
No. If you're going to fire Todd Bowles after this year, who are you going to fire? Who are you going to hire?
But then you go back to the question of should they have kept Todd Bowles at all and kept Liam
I mean,
Cohen?
I think the guy deserves it. Has he not deserved the contract extension with the culture change with this team? Yes or no?
I see. No.
I
say no.
Why do you say no then? So division titles are not enough.
It's not.
It's not enough. So what is enough, James? What is enough?
But
what is enough?
This is the same argument people had with Tony Dungy. You love the guy. You absolutely love Tony Dungy, and he won all these games in the regular season, won division titles, got to the playoffs, and did absolutely nothing. Nothing. You did nothing after that. So this is the same issue I have with the Rays.
Did they not beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the first? Did they not beat the Philadelphia Eagles a couple years ago in the first round?
They did do that.
Okay. So it doesn't. Okay. It's a lot more than nothing. You just said they did nothing. They just beat the Philadelphia Eagles a couple years ago in the first round, right? So that's a lot more than doing nothing. Okay, I know. I get it. It's what have you done for me lately? I understand that. And I understand what you're going to say. You can only get so far. I'm not ready to say that yet. But again, it's not just all on coaching. Ludeman, appreciate the call. As always, man, use the second one if you want to. I got to get out to Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy here. I mean, again, I understand it's always on the coach. But if you want to fire Todd Bowles today, who do you want to hire? Who do you want to hire? I'm banging on the table for it. Who do you want to hire? Give me a call up. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Let me go out to Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy here. Let's go out to Mr. Kennedy! All right, we're going to cut the intro short. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend, as the Bucs in disappointing fashion lose. Hold on a sec here. I'll just go ahead and go with that. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on this game. I mean, it's real simple. You give up 44 points, and you're not going to win at the end of the day. Welcome to the evolution.
I'm going to go back to a couple of years ago, that overtime victory the Bucs pulled off as they walked it off at Ray J, how great that victory was. And I'll tell you guys and girls what, though. Pete, you know I'm the last person who wants to talk this, but when you go back to that quick replay of the Samuel catch, did his left foot ever touchdown? I don't think you could actually to this moment. I challenge the Zapruder films. Go back to review that film and tell me that you can prove Samuel's left foot touchdown so that quick replay was able to confirm that was a catch. And then you go back to the real time with the Cade Otton the catch. Cade Otton was a first down, and that's not me as a Bucs fan talking about getting screwed by the NFL. That's me as a football fan talking about where is the future with this NFL, and I'm all on board with this. Use the 72 different 72 different angles you have for the replay. But yet, don't just try to tell me that you can assume that Samuel's left foot touchdown, that was a completion. And I'm not complaining because, Pete, you know me. I'm not complaining to say that instant replay or the officials made the Bucs lose this game. The team still has to win or lose it. But those two instances right there are starting to make me start to really question my beliefs in the future of the NFL with regard to NFL replay and video and real-time whatever.
Well, there's a lot of things you can make believe in at this point. I mean, there are questionable calls by the ref again, but this wasn't the reason why the Bucs lost the game. But I don't understand going back to Todd Bowles, because this has been a lot of people's points at this point, is, again, you challenge the Tez Johnson deal. You don't get it. Why don't you challenge the K-Dot and you have a virtual, whatever the hell it is?
Well, Pete, no. Well, brother, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this because I was thinking that when the Bucs challenged that Tez Johnson catch, I'm like, great, that the guy they have now employed as the guy who keeps his eye on the overall things is working, because that was 100%. But you can't challenge the K-Dot catch and I want to go ahead and throw shout outs to TJ Watt. I'm like, why is my boy, up there in the flagship instead of in handling the game? And I'm talking about, of course, Greg Olsen, because he does a fantastic job, which, by the way, bury the lead, still better than Tom Brady here in 2025, but he's working at it. But and TJ Watt proved out that literally that instant replay, that version of the chip in the ball instant replay is it's the 7 different versions of really what happened was when the old man literally spotted the ball. And I'm like, and Pete, I get what you're saying. Why didn't they challenge that? Because I'm like, challenge that because it was obvious that Cade literally fell back for that. But they literally said, and of course, again, like I said, TJ Watt said that instant replay is literally just a confirmation of the 7 replays of what the old guy decided. And at the end of the day, really, if that's your chip is in the ball, real replay, but it's still based on the old guy, the senior citizen who's calling the game, then don't call it like what you're trying to sell it as. Call it like it is, and that's just a reconfirmation of what the old guy thought it was.
All right, so we got Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. I tell you what, we're live here from Tampa Joe's, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. We'll go out to these comments because there's a frustration. Let me ask you, because it's all been about Todd Bowles. It's on Todd Bowles. We talked about it. The narrative is always out there. There were some questionable calls today. I don't schematically understand why you have a linebacker covering a running back or playing zone or whatever else. I don't really necessarily get that. But where do you stand on this Todd Bowles deal? A lot of fans want him gone because he runs the defense. I say this is on the players at the end of the day. Fans are always, it's easy to point the finger at the coach because he's the head coach. Where do you stand on this Todd Bowles situation?
I love the passion, Pete, but if you're going to go ahead and try to discern between the reason why the Bucs didn't beat the Bills here in 2025 because they had a linebacker, or the reason why you had a defensive lineman dropping back in coverage last week, or a Vita Vea, then go back to 2020 because you don't deserve 55. Because the reason why Todd Bowles and this Buccaneers defense and this team won 55 is because they confounded or confused both Leo words to Patrick Mahomes in that Andy Reid offense. And I mean, if you're not willing to ride with that, then at the end of the day, then go ahead. Good luck with your hope we can win at the end of the day, but don't forget the guys, girls. Don't forget the fact that we still have one of the top 5 offensive minds, if not in the NFC, in the entire NFL, and he's the head coach of your Buccaneers. So complain if you want, but just remember, what's the better result?
And again, losing culture, people are saying, let me go out to the comments here. We'll read them together. We got Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy here. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube Super Chat. It's been a long time, my friends. Good to have you back here, even in a losing effort here with Josh Allen just still, I think, running around 19 for 30, 317, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Bucs did pretty well early, getting pressure on him, getting those 2 interceptions. But besides that, they made the necessary adjustments at that point, and the Bucs defense in that second half had no answer. So let's go ahead. Let's read the comments. The defense doesn't have it. Plus, we got to stop sticking up for Todd Bowles. His time is ended today. I've seen enough. What's with the special teams? That was another problem. Too many big-time returns today. McCole Hardman coming off the street. Big-time return. I mean, that's exactly what you need. We always talk about it, 3 phases of this game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Special teams helps you out, gives that offense, an explosive offense today, short field. It definitely helped him out. What's the deal with this special teams in your opinion?
Make no doubt about it. The special teams has been the biggest letdown disappointment this Buccaneers team in 2025 because if the special teams holds down, they keep that first kickoff return, the punt return, you're talking about a 10-point swing in this game, and that's probably one of the most, as far as uncommon denominators, what Todd Bowles has been unable to cover in this 2025 season for your Buccaneers.
Yep. Let's continue to read. Time for a new head coach next season. Defense and special teams were hot garbage. Again, it's always about changing coaches. Put it in the box. Put it in the text message. Who do you want to replace Todd Bowles if you want Coach Todd Bowles fired? I'll play your game. I'll be your Huckleberry. Go ahead. Tell me who you want to be the next coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Pete, tell them to go and include some Facebook stars with that comment. Because if you got a comment that's fast enough to assume that Todd Bowles does not belong to be your head coach of your Buccaneers, if you got a strong enough, and again, if vindictive, you feel good enough about that, let's throw some stars in here and share some love.
Bills Mafia, bear down. Congratulations, Roger, there. The tribe.
Acknowledge me.
Yaya, too. Yes, he was on coverage. Still my Bucs, absolutely. Chris Cole. Somebody said Mike McDaniel. So Alex wants to hire a guy that's going to be fired by the Miami Dolphins and has been completely and totally clueless and a lunatic at that with the Miami Dolphins as the next head coach. There's one.
The irony is go ahead and name me the Dolphins tight end or 2 tight ends. And that's the problem with this Buccaneers offense in 2025 is the fact that you got and guys, girls, don't forget, 11 straight seasons, we're a little spoiled. A Hall of Fame receiver in Mike Evans. And then a Chris Godwin, who we were always, and let's not assume that we were giving this guy, no, we were like actually reflectively giving him respect he deserved. He was a Hall of Fame reflective receiver. Both of them are injured. The Bucs are trying to figure it out in 2025. Grizzard is literally go back and look at what these Buccaneers OCs have been having to do since going back to what Byron Leftwich had to do under Bruce Arians. The hardest job that you've seen a Buccaneers offensive coordinator have to take on is what you're seeing Josh Grizzard in 2025. And you know what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Take away what the NFL's calling for the script and a couple of calls. You still have a team that's pretty much 7-4, 6-4, still right there in the thick of things. So don't lose track of the fact that, sometimes where you're at is pretty great because sometimes where you could be, that could suck. And Bucs fans, we know how bad that other place could be.
All right, let me go out to Brightside Broadway. Brightside, what's on your mind? Welcome to the Evolution.
I'm glad both of y'all are on the show. Ray, I'm glad you made the comments you did. Peter, I'm gonna say this. You're gonna be shocked. What happened? The defense did not play with it.
All right, Broadway. I'm not hearing you, my friend. You have to call back. I don't know what's going on. I'm not happy about the L. David says Todd Zone Bowles must be really badass because we got rid of Tony Dungy for the same stuff, but it was on the offense. Russ, we need our key players in. They played a good game today. Josh Allen played a better game.
You see, Pete, though, I'll throw this in there real quick. I'm just so tickled pink when I see somebody throwing a Tony Dungy offensive or a reference back, and you're talking about this because that was the epitome of the 50 years of Buccaneers memories. The epitome of Buccaneer. We had the team if only we could, and you know what? That happened today. But you guys don't forget, we were literally facing the NFL MVP, and then the script called for the Bills to have some. Because you can't tell me K-Dot didn't have a first down. You can't tell me that, Seymour or, Samuel's left foot tack. The thing is, the script called for the Bills to, maybe have a good day today. The Bucs we're still a pretty good team. So don't lose track of the fact that we're still in the competitiveness of this thing. So let's break down
You're still 6-4, but again, as it always follows here on this show, it's all a Todd Bowles' fault. It is not any players at all. It's nothing. It's all Todd Bowles because he's the defensive coordinator. Let's go out to Trevor. Trevor, welcome to the Evolution.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm just trying to figure this out here. Broadway, I can't hear you right now, my friend. You're going to have to wait. We're going to go to Trevor, and then we'll come back out to you. But what's on your mind, Trev?
Well, I mean, first off, let me start off by saying we should not fire Todd Bowles.
No, we shouldn't fire Todd Bowles after this one game?
Not, absolutely not.
Right.
I'll say this. Here's my thoughts on the game. I will give him some blame, but again, he shouldn't be fired. Did he get out coached today? Sure. But here's the thing. I put most of the blame on the players, particularly with it was two things. And I agree with you 1,000%. The players have to damn play, okay? The kickoff return coverage was hot garbage.
Yep.
That's on the players. They know damn well that they need to get down there and make a tackle.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You shouldn't have to, as a coach, you should not have to tell your players specifically on something as simple as that what their damn job is. They know their damn job. Go do your damn job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then also defensively, the pass rush. Okay, like I love Yaya, but like a lot of times he got caught up. And he wasn't in his pass rush lanes. A lot of times when Josh Allen was able to escape the pocket, he would cut inside, and it's like, no, bro, you got to have outside containment.
Right.
You're attacking the inside. You need outside containment, the outside shoulder, that tackle.
Right. Okay,
you know damn well if you turn your back on a guy like Josh Allen, big and strong as he is, he's going to fucking cook you. Excuse my language.
It's all right.
The blame that I do give Todd Bowles, however, is he knew the situation in the fourth quarter, particularly in the fourth quarter. That 4th and 2, brother, you got to stay on the field. You got to let your offense play. And you got to live with the results. Whether we had gotten that 4th down conversion or not, wouldn't have made me mad or happy. But you got to go for it. Josh Allen was cooking us that entire fourth quarter. He was on fire. He needed the best in that situation. The best defense was keeping his ass off the field. Okay, so I will hold him to task for that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, just like you said, Peter, the players have to damn play. Yeah. Okay, especially I'm more so particular with the kickoff return coverage. You got to do better. Like you know damn well what your job is. You have to do it. You can't give a quarterback like Josh Allen a short field. He's going to cook you every time.
He's going to cook you every time. You're absolutely correct about that. And of course, Baker had his moments today, but that interception was critical at a critical time. And of course, the Bills take right advantage of it when they get that short field. James Cook on a wheel route. No answer.
It goes back to what I was telling you earlier before the game, Peter.
Right.
I said we needed turnovers. We got turnovers. That first interception with Josh threw.
Yep.
We got to turn that into 6.
Right.
We got 3 out of that. You remember I said we have to cash in on those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And cool, we got 3, but we need 6. When we play against a quarterback of his caliber, teams can sit there and say the Bills have been struggling all year long or whatever. The fact of the matter is, that is a reigning league MVP.
Correct.
He is one of the best. I don't think we've played against a quarterback as good as him this entire season.
We haven't. There's a reason why he's so good, because he's so mobile and he can do multiple things. And even I thought, you know what, this offense is struggling. You put the ball in his hands. That's probably the wrong assessment at this point. I'll definitely take blame for that, but. Again, you have to have players make plays. You got to have players.
I'll go ahead. I'll double up on him. What he said, he talked about the Bucs. They flipped the field on that 3-point conversion. I was like watching that same part of the game, and I'm like, we kept the Bills from scoring 4. So I mean, if you're looking at it from that pure standpoint, it was a 10-point conversion. The Bucs were still winning that point at the point in the game, but like he said, the MVP quarterback, Josh, he took over the game. I mean, you want to hate him for that? You want to hate the Bucs being 6-4 now? But at the end of the day, you're like, wow, the MVP of the NFL. There's a reason why they actually gave him that award.
All right. Trevor, appreciate the time as always, my friend. Anything else here on the Evolution?
Yeah, I mean, and if all these fans is out here complaining about Coach Bowles and all this stuff, with all these winnable games, let me explain something to you. Winning in this league is not damn easy. Okay, if y'all think we're supposed to win every damn game on the schedule, then you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're a damn idiot. Okay, and if you think that every coach that comes in here is supposed to be perfect and we're supposed to win the damn Super Bowl every year, you're an idiot again. I'm sorry.
Well, they're looking to fire the coach. They want to start over again. I got Alex saying Mike. I got Alex saying Mike McDaniel, who just got fired from Miami. I got somebody saying John Gruden, which I understand, Michael. You love John Gruden, but I don't think John Gruden's coming back to that door. And the consistency effort of this Bucs team winning NFC South titles doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're only won one post game. I understand the frustration. I just think the narrative at the end of the day is.
Pete, Josh McDaniel took Miami to overtime in that game today, which, by the way, I'll be honest, I finally tuned in, even though it was the early game from Greece or from Germany or Brazilian wax or wherever that game was. But I tuned in. I'm like, Josh took them to overtime, so they released Josh. And now Jamie or somebody's literally calling for Josh to be your coach of your Bucs. Who's going to play defense? Who do you want to try to stop Josh McDaniel or Josh Allen or Josh whomever with the NFC South in 2025? Come on, Bucs fans. It was a loss. Let's break down why we lost and not try to be some stupid idiot trying to figure out we should fire someone or try to hire someone.
Well, I mean, again, it's just people have seen enough. I get the frustration today because I watched the same game as you did here live from Tampa Joe's 93-16 Anderson Road. Trevor, appreciate the call, okay?
Yes, sir. Go Bucs.
Yeah, man. Go Bucs. Absolutely. I want to go out to the phone lines here. Stand by. I don't know who this is. He's been calling. I didn't get a chance to take his call. We'll go ahead and go out to him real quick, and then we'll get back to talking about the Bucs. Yeah, stand by. I don't know who this is. Okay.
This is the way the evolution should be.
This is crazy at this point. All right, let's go out to
Peter. No one ever asked the host of the show, what were your thoughts on today's game? You broke it down. You saw them hanging in there, but at the end of the day, the Bucs lost to the Bills, which before the season was supposed to be one of the strongest AFC teams, but maybe they're not so much anymore. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, they showed that they still have offensive weapons, whether the Bucs, whether that was on the Bucs defense or not, which I think some of that, a lot of that was on the Bucs defense, but still Josh Allen showed you why he is the reigning MVP because he can make all the throws. He's mobile, and the Bucs had no answer today. And even with one of their wide receivers, even with the Bucs holding Cook under 100 yards, which he felt good about. And I thought, make this guy one-dimensional. No matter if they're one-dimensional, he makes plays all over the place. That's Josh Allen.
I respect your professionality here, but let's be honest though. You go back to that BS call with the Seymour catch. You go back to that. I'm sorry, Logan Hall. Logan Hall. Remember, try to tackle, but if you actually get him for some reason, if Josh Allen, who's trying to squeeze an extra yard, steps into your tackle, make sure you bring back instead of following through. Take the CTS, the chronic traumatic encephalopathy, because at the end of the day, he's the MVP. Pete, I respect the fact that you kept it really, really, really professional there and talking about the fact that the Bills did what they had to do. But the fact of the matter is the script today called for the Bills to win this game. And show me a Bucs fan who agrees or disagrees with me, that says that wasn't the way this was supposed to go.
I don't know if it's a script, man. I'm not ready to go.
Come on. The Logan Hall tackle, he literally wraps him up, and they said, and I'm going to give TJ Watt shout out. TJ says, well, he followed, he drove him to. No, Logan Hall didn't drive him to the freaking ground. He literally just wrapped him up and fell forward, which is take it from someone who's coached Little League football for 15 years. You do. You go forward, keep your head out of it from getting that, but go forward, go down. And they call him for driving the pile on a personal foul on Josh Allen. Now, I'm not saying that lost the Bucs this game because that would be a bad sportsmanship angle to take. But the truth of the matter is, there were several times at several key games several key moments in this game that the script called for the NFL to go, well, you know what? Logan Hall made a great tackle. Josh was trying to make an extra yard, but he stepped into it. But, the personal foul will keep the drive going. And, of course, they scored a touchdown 2 plays later. I'm not saying that that the bad calls cost us this game, but I'm saying that the script cost us this game because at the end of the day, this Todd Bowles defense, they're making great plays. They just couldn't overcome sometimes that Seymour catch.
What cost you the game is missed tackles. What cost you the game is defensive breakdowns. What cost you the game was not getting enough pressure on Josh Allen. I mean, yeah, did the refs make some questionable calls? They always do. Water's wet. The refs are going to make questionable calls, and Jamel Dean's going to be out with an injury. Let's go out to Alex, who is calling in. Alex, go ahead. Welcome to the Evolution.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Great.
Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, how you doing?
Good, Alex. How are you doing, brother?
Doing good. So listen, Peter, you've known me for years, and I have never ever said, and I'm not gonna say it today. I'm not gonna say on the show.
Well, you said I was contradicting.
I've never wished Todd Bowles.
You said I was contradicting myself by defending Bowles, but
I'm gonna say something. I've never said I want Todd Bowles to ever be fired.
Okay,
and I never said that today. But however, I'm going to ask you boys both a question. It's been 3 years. We've had good roster. Granted, I understand the injuries. But you cannot, in the National Football League, continue to use injuries as an excuse. Why is it that?
Well,
asking you both a question.
Is it a legit excuse, or is it okay to say that it's tough for an offense to play without their top 3 to 4 wide receivers?
Well, see, I'm gonna ask you both a question. This is the question I was gonna ask you both. If your offense, we said this many times the last 3 years, if your offense is scoring 30+ points a game, or in this case was just today, without your top receivers, without any of your top guys, no Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker had a hell of a game, impressive. And I think it was your call that said he's going to have a big game. But you scored 30+ points a game. Your defense gave up 44 points. That right there is unexcusable. And that is 1,000% on your defensive-minded coach, because you cannot tell me how you can play an incredible first half, for the most part, keep them in check, and come out and look like complete shit.
Pete,
that is 1,000%.
Let me take this, because I'm going to tell you right now, Alex, first of all, brother, you know how much I love you. But then again, we have our differences, but not really many. But today was the very first day. But brother, today was the first day since 2019, since Todd Bowles, since back when he ran the Jets team. And I thought the Jets were making really bad personnel decisions with Todd Bowles as the head coach back in New York Jets back in 2017. Today, for the first time, I'm really now starting to question. And Pete, it goes to the fact that I don't question the fact that whether Seymour's left foot touched or whether Logan Hall whether it was roughing the passer. Today, I'm starting for the first time to question, realize whether at the end of the day, the give and take of having a great defensive coordinator type of mind as your head coach in Todd Bowles, which the Buccaneers have, do they have that killer instinct to overcome a bad Logan Hall call or a bad Seymour catch? And that's why I want to go and tell you, Alex. I mean, I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, I'm starting to question that, because we need that, because this Jason Lights Bucs team's going to be 8-9 or 9-8. But do we have the coach that can take this team to go to the jugular and make that kill shot?
I just don't see this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team with Todd, and it's not. Listen, Peter knows me well. I have done nothing but give Todd Bowles a lot of praise the past couple of years. I think he's done incredible work with less every single year. Obviously, this year's a little different because of the substantial amount of injuries that we have.
Right.
However, putting the injuries aside, you still can't explain to me how you come with an incredible first half of football, keeping the Bills absolutely in check. Your defense is pretty much, for the most part, lights out, and you take a complete opposite with taking no control over the defense when you're a defensive-minded coach. You are a defensive-minded head coach, and you completely no-showed the second half. That is 1,000% your head coach. So
I disagree. I don't think it's all your head coach. Again, you
the
put it on the
offense
head
did
coach.
enough. Granted, the Baker Mayfield interception did kind of hurt a little bit. I think that maybe was a little bit of thing. But listen, you're talking Baker effing Mayfield, who has showed up all year long, made plays, made drives. He's a big reason why we even have 6 wins.
Right.
But the reality is that I just don't see Todd Bowles being the head coach that can beat these very good teams. A lot of our wins are against weak teams. We have a couple good wins. Seahawks was a good one. I think we beat the Texans earlier this year. Good team. But Todd Bowles just can't beat good teams.
You beat San Francisco, by the way?
Average, in my opinion, but okay.
Well, the record doesn't say they're average. Just because you think they're average doesn't necessarily mean they're average.
The Patriots, the Bills, these big boy
I get
teams
it.
that we're going to.
I understand it. Right. If they lose to the big boy teams, they're not a big boy. All right, I'm going to move on. Let's go out to Bucs basement, I believe. Go ahead, Bucs.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy.
Welcome to the biannual Todd Bowles midseason slump. Right on schedule as always.
I mean,
hey, how bad is it that every year now we now have to be like, okay, which 4 games are we losing? Which 4 games are we going to lose every year, guaranteed? That's always the case.
I love the fact that you point that out, because the truth is I think there's so many people. There's a large sub-faction or subsection of people who don't realize the fact that being 6-4 or having a winning record is a great thing to have in the NFL. And I mean, have some fun with it, because we're still winning. But yeah, we should have won.
One at a time here, guys. You can't talk over each other because nobody can hear. One at a time. Ray, I know you're trying to finish your point. Go ahead and finish your point here. All right.
Not me, the caller, please.
Go ahead, caller.
Well, now we have the Panthers breathing down our neck.
Okay,
so that's wonderful.
It happens. It's called the National Football League.
It hasn't happened the last couple of years. We've actually had a pretty good chokehold on the division. This is the first year where there's someone actually answering the call.
Okay.
Finally, right? Finally.
Okay. So what's the point?
No, the point is we'll see what happens. But honestly, there's no excuse if we start 6-2 and then we don't win the division. Then why are we keeping this man?
So they already lost the division.
Oh.
Hold on.
No,
I saw.
Division at all. No,
okay.
not at all.
Not at all.
But however, I am saying next week is probably an L, because the record with Todd Bowles and Sean McVay is not good. It's 1-5.
Oh, he's so right. He's so right, though, Pete. You hate to admit it, but he's right.
I will write off the Rams. Are you joking me?
Well, don't forget the fact of the matter is the reason why Sean McVay has success against the Todd Bowles. Go back to the zero coverage and the whole, But I mean, the fact of the matter is that this Todd Bowles defense, the reason why you saw the Bills having a couple of long run successful today, the Patriots last week. You guys can't have 5 in the box or 6 in the box filling to pull a rush to go ahead and sack a quarterback for loss of yards without giving up a chance. The fact that a MVP quarterback in Josh Allen might find the back end and hit a receiver. But I love the fact that this caller is talking about the fact that no, nothing's given. The script doesn't call for the Bucs to win the MVP or the Bucs to win the Super Bowl like they did back in 2020 during a global pandemic. The fact is, in 2025, it's anybody's game. But I still take my chances with this Bucs team. But Todd Bowles, you better figure out a way to make this Buccaneers team find that go for the jugular type of a mentality, because right now
they've talked about having that killer instinct.
Can I say about that jugular thing?
Go ahead.
The Falcons have that jugular. They showed it in a game against the playoff team. The Dolphins had that jugular. They showed it a game against 2 playoff teams.
Hold on. The Falcons. Wait a minute. Didn't the Falcons lose?
No. I know that they.
Oh, they lost today.
I know they're bad.
They lost today. They lost today to the Atlanta Falcons. So they had the.
Wait. Had the Falcons lose to the Falcons?
Well,
I was rooting for the Falcons.
Yes.
Yeah. If they would have won, we would have breathed it easily because we have a 2 lead on the division. We don't. We have a 0.5.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's right, because the fact of the matter is that we're still waiting for. I was going to this game, Pete, and I talked to you and Harry the Greek there early from over at Tampa Joe's. I wanted to see this running game. They came out and they displayed that running game. I wanted to see them running down their throats. They came down, they ran it down those Bills and Sean McDermott's throat. But the truth of the matter is that this 2025 Buccaneers team, regardless of what their identity may end up being, I've yet to see a team that can say, look, we're going to take this ball, we're going to shove it down your throat and try to stop us. Because, you know what, we can flash and dance. And, you know, guess what? If we had Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, we'd be throwing offensive records at you. But because of the fact we don't have these two, we're still trying to figure out our ass from a hole in the ground. So do me a favor, Rizard and Bowles and Light, figure it out from at your ass from a hole in the ground, and let's get going. It's November. It's time to play.
And they usually respond. The season's not over with that one loss, and they've lost 2 in a row, but the season's not over with. You knew the challenge was tough. You scored 32 points offensively today. You should have won the game. Did the defense not show up? Yeah. I don't think they choked. I just think, again, they didn't make enough plays. Choke is like
that surrender was a choke. That 4th and 2 punt was a fucking choke by our stupid ass head coach. That was embarrassing.
Okay.
That's surrender right there.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Finally. Yeah, sure. I don't know where the hell Todd Bowles' Arians gene went, but it's dead. No biscuit, no biscuit. This man has no biscuit, and he hasn't had a biscuit since he got here.
Oh shit!
All right.
He's right.
That's what
Pete.
You're not
Pete.
I mean,
all right.
Have a good day.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I hate to admit it. I'm not trying to throw. I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. But the fact of the matter is, we were trying to figure out. Okay, with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, everyone's injured. With Kate Otten and going with the 2 tight end personnel, which we saw last week. How does this Buccaneers Grizzard offense in 2025 react? And I mean, I'm not going to give that last caller too much credo, but I'm going to go ahead and say this: he's right. This Buccaneers offense with these injuries, there's no offense. Okay, maybe we're going to run with this guy. We're going to run with that guy. Bucky might be back. Maybe we're getting Luka Decky. Bucs, figure it out, because you know what? It's November 7th, 16th. If you don't figure this shit out by now, you ain't going to figure this out in 2025, and we're looking at 2025, 26, and what's the draft order? Because that's where we're at right now.
No, we're not out there. You're 6-4 right now. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, appreciate the time as always, all right?
Thank you, brother.
All right, we'll get you out of here. You're not there yet. You're not in the draft order. You're 6-4. Relax. Firing Todd Bowles, firing this, doing that. I get it. You're disappointed. I understand it. I'm disappointed too. Sit here and watch it, and you feel powerless. But that's the way it was today in the second half. All right, we're going to read the rest of these comments, and we'll get the hell out of here for the night. We'll be back tomorrow night. So let's continue to read comments here. We'll take phone calls. Let's see here. That was painful to watch. Earl says, time for a new head coach next season. Defense and special teams was hot garbage. David says, in what world do you think Nelson could cover cook downfield? That's why I think edge rushers don't want to play here, because they don't want to have to cover downfield. Right, we read that. 0 defense and special teams. I'm not happy about the L. I get that. Zone Bulls. Let's go out to Russ. We need our key players that played a good game today. Josh Allen played a better game. We had the ball most of the game. Broadway, still love Todd Bowles. He's still my coach. I still love our GM as well. Carl says special teams play was horrible today. That it was. Earl says head coaching search begins already. Wow. King of, what is this? Kings. Okay. I'm over Todd Bowles at this point. It's embarrassing at this point. He's Tony Dungy, not winning with him as a head coach. Todd Bowles is terrible in game management, challenging a non-catch, non-challenging an Otten first down. Understand that. Taking a penalty instead of kicking a field goal. Going for 2 multiple times. Bucs made bad decision letting Cohen walk. Well, again, that's a decision. And Cohen walked, and the Bucs tried to bring him back, and he took more money and went to Jacksonville. The Bucs are trying to make him the highest paid offensive coordinator. And he wanted to be a coach, a head coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Take some shots now. A blue chair, rum, no Bulls defense. Mike DeRoche, 2 or 3 times, 3rd and short. Why pass the ball when the run is working so well? Mind-boggling. Definitely agree with that. Weather wasn't bad at all. That it wasn't. Special teams sucks too. James, defend him all you want. Bulls is a losing culture, no control over his defense either. Again, I think the whole losing culture thing is if you're losing, double-digit losses every year. That's a losing culture. Losing culture is not winning consistent division titles, whether you like the division or not. That's not a losing culture. That's a winning culture. But I see you want to go back to the losing doldrums. Defense pissed the bed. David says, and we got to quit using that. We won the division the last 3 years under Todd because if we were in any other, we wouldn't have won. Luckily, we're in the worst division in the league. Really? Really? You're in the worst division in the league? There's a lot of other divisions in this league. Everybody says that every year. AFC South isn't bad. They're not bad with Tennessee. What's the other team that's in that division? You have the Colts surprising this year. The Texans, that's not a bad division. The NFC South is the worst division in football. Never jump ship. I'm sorry. It's okay. Thank you, Dar. I appreciate you. Falcon blew the game against the Panthers. Yes, they beat themselves. The injuries aren't an excuse for this game, man. I mean, again, we talk about it. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it definitely hurts your team overall, not having Hassan Reddick. But I digress. When he was here, when he was playing, he wasn't making an impact either. So, again, the solution for you Bucs fans at this point is to fire the coach. Tell me, text me, don't call me because I'm going to read the comments. Text me and tell me who you want to replace Todd Bowles if that's the solution. Bowles will never lead this team to a Super Bowl. He's already won a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator, but okay, go off. Be loud and wrong. Despicable performance by the Bucs defense. No excuses. Embarrassing. Ben, I'm focusing on the special teams here. Bills had 3 to 4 returns for at least 40 yards or more. Giving a good team that kind of field position puts the defense in a tough spot. That right there makes sense. Very good. Afternoon, Peter. That was a game we should have won, but we gave up 44 points. I think it's time we start looking at a head coach because he's becoming Dungy 2.0. Mike, Hassan was a liability too. I mean, the bum-ass head coach is the one that decided to surrender on 4th and 2, and that wasn't on the players. Well, if Sterling Shepard catches the pass on 3rd and 2, being a player, then you don't have to go for it on the bum-ass 4th and 2. See how that works? But that doesn't fit your narrative. I understand it. Doesn't fit it because players got to make plays. So do the coaches. The coaches make tackles. They make plays too. It's not on the players to make plays. I forgot. I've been watching football for over 30 years, and I forgot that coaches make tackles, they get pressure, and they call sacks. I thought they coached up the team and scheme it up. We could sit here and talk about scheme. We could sit here and talk about not having a team prepared. We could sit here and talk about penalties and discipline, lack of discipline. But you also have to have execution, which your team leader, Baker Mayfield, said last week they didn't have the execution. They're not executing. They're not focusing on the details. That's one detail. You got to catch the ball on 3rd and 2. It's a catchable pass. No matter if you don't like the play call or not. Because if he makes that play call, if he makes the catch on 3rd and 2, you're not saying anything. In fact, you're silent like crickets. All right, this team is a Super Bowl contender team. One injury is huge right now. We need healthy players back, but Bowles doesn't have any emotion on the sidelines because that's the big-time key for coaches these days, to have emotion. That separates the coaches, the great coaches, from the others. I don't know. Call me a negative fan all you want to. You can argue with facts. Well, the facts are that you've got how many division titles? You've got a team that when their backs are against the wall, they play for this coach. We've had players on this show tell us that they love this coach and they play for him. So while you think the sky is falling, they're still 6-4. Earl Harris laughing. Getting mad at the players when it's up to the coaches to prepare the team to put them in the best position to win. I can't get behind that. Well, players, again, have to play. They have to make plays. How can you say we're not as good as we think? We're talking about the players. Can't we say the same thing about the coach? He's not as good as we think. He's just saying. Peter bringing the passion. Tristan, X's and O's, Jims and Joes. Schematically, we could have been better, but once again, we're relying on first and second year players to be the best on defense. We're good. We're projected a year or two in the future, but we need vets. I'm sorry, but coach needs to be accountable as well. Clearly, his loyalty to his special teams coordinator that decided the ball gave up 211 yards as well. Also, a guru on defense calling bad coverages. I'm glad that you want to brag about division titles when the 5th seed is chomping at the bit to play us. Great. Again, Rams by 30 next week. Love it. Like Jason Light as a GM, but you have to trade your draft picks to get a grain-wrecking pass rusher on defense. The only ones he drafted that turned out into something is Vita Vea and Cansey. Again, they're not going to give you a pass rusher. You're going to have to trade away 2 first-round picks. You willing to do it? I don't think the Bucs are willing to do it. I don't even think they have 2 first-round picks. You have to trade your whole future to get a pass rusher. You're fired. Whomever had Nelson trying to cook down the field, whomever called that defense play called needs to be fired. And you also got a quick calling zone on 3rd and 3. Also, clearly not having a pass rusher is a huge glaring problem because we can't even sniff the quarterback at all. Agree with you. Watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, the Sports Web with Harry. There's no Harry today. He was there this morning, but I appreciate you, Mom. Baker can't do all. Good game. Go get the Rams. Go Panthers. If they win this division, then at least it guarantees Bowles is gone in the definition of mediocrity, and then you can go back to the doldrums like you want. I love it. Sounds good. Thought he was calling the Nelson LT 2 weeks ago. Nothing from K-Dot today, getting beat every snap. Joy, thank you very much for tuning in. You are contradicting yourself. You're pointing out the Bulls didn't go for it on first down. He didn't punt, etc. Bulls is terrible, and I've defended him. You can defend him all day long. What I'm saying is it's not all on Todd Bowles. Does he share some blame? Yes. Can we question the calls? Yes. But saying every time you lose a game that you want to fire Todd Bowles is friggin' asinine. That's what I'm talking about. This Bucs fan base is something else. Starters on defense need to be benched. Been saying in the past 2 years, defense has a problem. Definitely. Defensive coordinator has to take the blame. Bulls, no sacks out of position linebackers. Coverage is terrible. 3rd and short or long makes no difference. If we don't have the players, then you have to change your defensive calls. Blitz, but no sacks. Wide open receivers. Special teams atrocious on kickoffs. Offense had a good game. Running game, Tucker shined. White was very good. Score 42, but can't anyone on D. Allen just showed everyone that he's still the MVP. Joy, thank you. Tristan, we're just going to disregard playing the MVP today. Definitely not. Best sports talk show in the biz. Thank you. Michael says, hope for a better night for Bucs fans. Must win next week. This team is bipolar, along with their fan base. You're so lucky I can't talk right now. I'll be blasting the phone lines. Blast the phone lines. I'm here for you. I'm at dinner with family. Hope the phone call saved the facts. Great. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the dinner. Don't choke on it. Earl. Grizzard is not ready to be an offensive coordinator duties. They scored 32 points today. I'm in the twilight zone. Panthers won the game, 1 game back from Tampa. Michael. Earl Harris disagree. Been given a sandwich with the injuries. Shane, with all the mistakes, was still in the game until the face mask penalty. 16 for 28, 173, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack, but Josh Allen took Baker's message, balled out after the team lost last week. The Bucs defense always plays the corners 10 yards off the ball, even if it's 4th and 1. Chris Cole, players have got to take responsibility. Thank you. Mike Evans and Brady have saved Jason Light's decision-making over the years, honestly. Right, because Jason Light didn't build a team for Tom Brady to come in the first place. He didn't make a trade for JPP, didn't go after free agents and Shaq Barrett. It was all Brady and Gronk and everybody else. It had nothing to do with Jason Light. Doesn't help the defense when the special teams lets them get past the 15 multiple times. Agree. The face mask by Parrish was a killer. It was questionable, but that's definitely a killer also. The TV volume is the problem, Pete. It's okay. Go Bucs. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. With all the talk about the Bucs making the Super Bowl run, if the Bucs don't make the playoffs, then Bulls should be fired. Get some duct tape. Yes, absolutely. Hire Mike McDaniels. That's the key. Let's hire a fired coach. Just got fired this year. Lunatic. We're year 4, Todd Bowles. We're still arguing about the same thing from year 1. So when can we start blaming him? I mean, you blame him all the time. When do you not blame him? When does he ever get credit on this show? We give him credit, but fans barely ever give him credit. When they were 6-2, there was no credit to Todd Bowles. It was all Baker Mayfield in the offense. Now you're 6-4, and all the blame is on Todd Bowles. That's what I'm talking about. Peter, your analysis hits home. The defense and special teams performance weighed heavily on my mind throughout the game. Gruden, yes, I heard you, Mike. The first thing to do is an actual defensive coordinator because your coach can't handle game management in defense. I believe Cliff Kingsbury would be a great candidate because he was fired. He was also a great candidate too. Otten's spot was BS. Totally agree. Michael says, Ludeman, exactly. I understand moving Yaya out to cover flats, but there should never be a situation where he's 40 yards down the field covering a receiver in the end zone. Tampa Ray, how you doing, man? Parrish, great show, fellas, listening from Cali. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Can we at least say that the NFL has figured out Todd Bowles' defense? I think that's a fair assessment. I think it's also a fair assessment that maybe you don't necessarily have enough horses to run. Kalijah Cansey is hurt. That hurts your defense. You don't have an edge rusher. We went through it. And you have young players playing at key positions right now. I have a suggestion. What about maybe getting Mike Tomlin to Pittsburgh, let him go? A lot of people would say the reason why Mike Tomlin's fired in the first place is because the same thing the Bucs fans would accuse Todd Bowles of. He hasn't done anything by winning a Super Bowl. He's been a consistent division winner, but hasn't won the big one. Bowles can't coach his way out of a effing box. He needs to go. David says Josh Allen hasn't looked like an MVP all year until this game. He should be encouraged to hire a defensive coordinator. You want to blame the players, so who do we blame? Not having players ready to play, or do we blame for picking those players that can play? It's not Todd Bowles' fault. Really, we give up 44 points a day. That's our defensive scheme. Receivers were wide open today. I didn't say it wasn't Todd Bowles' fault. See, that's the problem with Bucs fans. You guys, a selective amnesia. I said it wasn't all Todd Bowles' fault. It was the players. But you guys want to fire him when you have a bad game. Offensive coordinator is playing conservative. 32 points today. What's funny is we played the Saints a couple weeks ago. Everybody said we look great. Todd Bowles' defense is running. We gave him props. Then now we can't say the reason why we lost is because of Todd's defense. He's got a player. So what is it? Michael, I was playing with you. 24 for 40 with the Jets, 33-27 with the 1-3 postseason record for Bowles. 33-27. That's terrible. That's awful. Winning division titles. Losing culture, you guys. I'm still here on hold. Not taking any more calls tonight. Sorry. I'm done with the calls, actually. I'm just going to read comments, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. Injuries really how defensive starters out there because of injuries. Really are injuries on offense, so quit with the narrative. Kalijah Cansey is not a major injury. Jamel Dean being out is not a major injury. David. Your hatred for Todd Bowles has clouded your judgment. Because if you don't think there's injuries on this defense, you're out of your mind. People talk too much crap. The injuries are on offense. They showed up. The defense was ass. Bowles is a moron. Fire Todd now. Let's start the chant. Bowles, not Bowles. We lost. Move on. I heard enough of Bowles BS. I didn't say it all season. I make the opinion at the last game. LFG, fire the cannons. They know nothing about football. Nothing about football. David, I completely agree with the caller. It's dead. Guys know nothing about football. Okay. Name 3 players on defense who are consistent, not named Vea, David, or Winfield. Well, I think Jacob Parrish is pretty good, and Tyke Smith is pretty good. The fans' right to blame Bowles. He's the D man, correct. He picks the guys to play D, so it's his blame. Tamu Josh Allen was no match for Josh Allen. Okay. Are we still taking calls? No. Light picks the guys to play. David, Ray, basically what I've been saying with the injuries on offense, they haven't skipped a beat. We can't say the same thing about our defense the last 4 years. We still have a very good chance to go deep in the playoffs after we get most of the stars back. This team has been beat up from start. Go Bucs. I felt like people overreacting. Yes, I'm disappointed, but firing Bowles, come on. With him, we have multiple division wins. That's impressive. David, can we at least admit that the offense has not been the problem the last 4 years? 2-point conversion call after scoring twice was unnecessary. Peter, why are you defending Bulls so hard? Did you not see the receivers running wide open 44 points on us? Because, again, it's not all on Todd Bowles. It's on the players, too. But does Bowles take blame for it? Absolutely. Mike McCarthy is on the wish list. Reddick is a no-show even when healthy. He's done absolutely nothing of substance. What about Cliff Kingsbury? Sheila, Buccaneers will bounce back. I have faith in my Bucs, win or lose. David, I wouldn't mind Lane Kiffin. Good luck. Shepard has been 100 different teams. There's a reason for him not catching good, easy passes, just saying. Michael, Peter is so... Thank you. Appreciate it. What is up with the pass rush? It hasn't been there all year long. Reddick, who? Ed, can I call in, please? No more calls. Once Jamel Dean left, they ate Morrison's ass up. Michael, Peter never seen fire Bowles. I think he needs to come down on the players like you at this point. LFG, offense wasn't the issue, Mr. Greek. I also heard players at the time when our head coach saying they love Greg Schiano. Yeah, but the difference is they played for Todd Bowles and they won division titles. For Greg Schiano, they had double-digit losing seasons. Are we really comparing Greg Schiano to Todd Bowles? My gracious. What's up? What's your thoughts on Grizzard's play calling? Was better today. Last season, Bucs fans were saying the season was over after the Falcons swept us. Yes, I know. Exactly. You can't blame it on Bowles. Wake up. Peter, are you not taking calls? No, it's not on Todd Bowles. Player execution. He is taking calls. I'm not. How about we figure out where the massive injuries are from? Jason is still a good GM. Mike McDaniels is better than Todd Bowles. Of course he is. He's about to get fired. We're still in people. We're still in it. I see the Bolts on TV and the background. Good. I remember when all the webheads wanted Leftwich as the head coach for Tampa. Y'all are crazy. 32 points is not a bad offensive game. You need to be careful. You're talking down nasty to loyal people who have your back since day one. Please stop with the threats. People are going to watch this show because they like this show and because they're able to call in and they're able to react. So enough with the threats today. Again, I'm tired of the threats and I'm tired of hearing about what you have to say and what's on your mind. Because all you try to do is have drama on this show. That's it, Alex. That's all you try to do. Very entertaining show tonight. Love the show. Great night, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. 32 points is really good on offense. Could also say it's called almost. Almost only is in horseshoes and hand grenades. Poo-poo fights. Well, we're missing our key starters on offense with Bucky and Godwin, Evans, and they haven't skipped a beat. So our offensive coordinator better than our defensive coordinator. Bold score. We're talking about defensive lapses and communication since the zero cover defense era. So many times defenders are looking with their hands in confusion. Ed, look, guys, it was a tough loss, but we'll get by it. We'll be fine. Go Bucs. When your head coach is defensive-minded head coach, defense still fails. I'm going to say it. Say whatever you want. You always do. Mike McDaniels, you're on drugs, people. And can I give you a call again? Call me tomorrow. We'll be live here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Get out here. Listen, I'm going to say this. I'm going to do an Alex, okay? I'm going to say this. I got Bucs watch parties every away game. Get out here. Show the passion. Show the energy that you guys got. Get out here to Tampa Joe's, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Get out here. Bucs fall to the Buffalo Bills. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm your host, Peter Blake. 3 things. Bring the passion. Bring our excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. We'll be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. As we always say on this show, go Bucs.